You don't want to hear anything more. You don't know how much more you can take, the blood boiling in the veins. We get to ask them all.
Yay!
What is my
I'm interested
eye?
in all of them.
Really?
Good question. A very good question. Though I suppose this will come down to whether or not you trust my answer.
It's a grape. They're very tasty.
He's flipping through a book like, wait, it's a very good question. Don't mind me.
When you eat them, you can see the golden path. Did you do that quest line? I think you missed a lot of the stuff in Elden Ring.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, the woman you can feed eyeballs to, and she thinks they're grapes.
Yep. I'm sure it was explained to you with great confidence. The touch of Driga that prepares a vessel for her knighthood. A great honor, I hear. That much is true in a literal sense. The touch of rot is indeed her mark to give. The domain of her great pillars given to her by the highest of her family is the domain of decay. The exact nature of the mark is that root that was eventually placed inside your eye. The eye being the seedbed for this root was largely a symbolic gesture. It could likely survive in many parts of the body. As written in the Driga edicts, there exists a life that pulls towards death, and that life is capable of transcending it, subsuming the dying life into life anew.
You remember that in different words from your lessons. Deathless life. Life born from life.
A mission only those as foolish as gods would attempt to fulfill. I have a question, Rotter.
Ramla. Use my name properly.
Ramla, then. What was it like? Receiving the mark from her. It's not every day that a priest is able to meet the divine family in person. I kind of like returning with that is not for you to know, like giving him a little bit of his same energy back to him.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what the game is going to go for, but I like it. I like the thought of it. Mm-hmm.
That is not for you to know.
Fair enough. I hope you don't hold it against me for trying. I ask because so many of those that do meet the divine family come out of it thinking a little differently. Those who taste true power often do. Whether they wield it or whether it is wielded against them.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, it is one thing to worship from the freedom of interpretation, and another to worship from knowing the truth. One is ruled by faith, and the other is ruled by fear.
Anyone would fear the gods.
I think you already know what I mean. To my point, that is what your eye is. A reminder of power. Foolishly, it's real enough. A reminder for us to use.
But how will it do what you say it will?
That is a good enough question that I find it hard to answer in full. How to say it? You said something earlier. Life born from life, I believe it was. The reason the Divine Family and Driga in particular were so invested in the idea of rot and decay is this idea of a life that transcends the need for death. They wanted an immortality that could renew itself. They wanted to defy the world they violently inherited. Even now, there is still a pillar of edicts pertaining to death.
But you said death was broken.
Because it is. They've changed the writing on the wall, but they haven't been able to remove it altogether.
Why not?
If I knew that, I'd be because I'd have read the edicts for myself already, Ramla. I have a reason to believe that your eye will be the thing to do the job. That's really the core of it.
So, what? You wave my eye around the pillar, and then it all, what? Falls over?
Something like that.
I don't understand. Why did they give the mark if it could do such a thing?
Why indeed did they spend so long crafting a tool, only to never use it? Either they didn't succeed, success wasn't what they were imagining, or it wasn't enough.
How will the eye fix death? You say the eye will dissolve the edicts of death and fix it. What does that even look like?
The barrier between life and death will be gone. Souls will separate from their bodies and return to the great source.
And for those that die, they will no longer remember?
It's impossible to truly say without having seen death for oneself, but yes, my understanding is that your consciousness and mind will end.
No more thoughts, no more thinking.
Correct.
You feel a hunger for it. Not a hunger of the body, but of the mind. It hollows you. He's gonna go hollow. Who even
Next
are
to
you?
a bonfire?
What?
Curious about me, are you?
In the way one is curious about a carriage wreck.
Ooh, damn! Fucking got that going, man. Huh. Oh, you're good. Where's that Ramla hiding most of the time?
Just answer the question.
Fine, fine. What do you want to know?
Anything?
Anything.
7 inches.
Well, it's interchangeable. We can negotiate. Are you sure? I'm not sure if, for instance, my feather care routine would be of much use to you.
I don't do it. I cut them all off. As you can see. Stop making this my responsibility.
No fun. Well, let's see. I've told you my name, Hermeto Akbriza. Ring any bells?
No.
Thank goodness for that. It certainly isn't a name worth remembering. The Akbrizas are a long line of poor thinking and terrible mistakes.
Damn. A noble family.
You could call it that. Oh man, monarchist blown the fuck out. You could call it that, though it's been a long time since an Akbariza served in any government or council. Wealthy, sure, they were that for most of the time.
Until
me, Ramla. I'm sure it doesn't surprise you. A classic case of a gloaming man getting his due.
you chose to profane.
I didn't know that was what I was choosing. I'm an old man, Ramla. Same as you.
He said it. He said the thing.
Mm-hmm. Old and bitter. And sick of everything. That's who I am. That's what I am. The particulars don't matter in the end. Being remembered is a vanity I've never been able to afford.
Nothing else. We're out of dialogue. Ugh. Give it back. Now I gotta go back to walking, and that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired.
Sleep, then.
Sleep down in the fire.
All goes well, and we'll be leaving Foundation behind soon.
It's as simple as closing the eyes.
I wish.
Please, give it to me.
Can you feel this guy for a second? I'm gonna give my voice a little break.
God, what you did a voice, what was it?
It was very upbeat and a little cartoony.
Yeah. Do you think she'll
remember us? Something like that.
Driga. Yeah. You mean after the ceremony? I wonder what it means to her. That we become selected and meet her and allow her to touch us. I wonder what goes through her head. What she's thinking as she does it. What she believes she's creating. Why do you want to know? The more you understand something, the more you believe in it. That doesn't sound like faith, though. You're right. She asked us to trust her until the day we can understand it. But what if she never lets us understand? I don't think that's true. Everyone wants to be understood. Or else they might get remembered as something they're not. Why do you need Driga for that? What do you even mean? We're confessors. What else is left? Well, I'd remember you. Can you know me better than Driga can? Don't I already? I guess you do. You're a funny one, Ramla. You always have a question. The preceptor says I ask too many. Maybe you do. I don't really mind, though. Stay with me for a bit? Stay a while and listen? Ooh. No, go away. I want to look at it. You have a close-up of water, you have a tree line, and you also have a distant overhead look at a meandering stream.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird looking. Like perspective is all wonky.
Yeah, like the actual angles don't even slightly resemble each other.
Yeah. And then to the right, it feels like those trees are really, really, really close.
Yeah.
But then to the left, the trees feel very far away. It's very, very disorienting. In a
It's
good way,
trip.
of course.
What an aesthetic to go with. You gingerly nibble on a nut. The teeth ache. The gums are sore. This is also relatable. The tongue feels stiff as if out of practice. The throat swallows. So relatable. It immediately chokes.
It's been a while.
You cough it up, losing all morale instantly.
Swallowing is one of those tricky things.
Tell me about
We'll
it.
get through this. Without. I recommend practicing with sipping water.
You huff and let a wave of indignation push out of you before dipping cupped hands into the river. It flows around the feet. It feels nice.
Let me tell you, getting all this dust off was well worth the walk.
It's the only thing that's ever felt nice so far.
I'd almost forgotten we'd be meeting the river after getting out of Foundation.
Are you sure it's safe here?
None of the fellows left in Foundation come this way, if that's what you're asking.
You sip. The water catches oddly for a moment, but soon swallows without issue. It falls through the body like a sudden jolt of ice. It is not unpleasant, just shocking. You shore up your bearings before continuing. Why not? It is fresh water.
They have not eaten nor drunk water in a lifetime, I'd wager.
Neither have I. Are you sure the body will accept it now?
You have the rot. It renews itself much more than other bodies. Haven't you noticed how spry you've been?
You said it would not work before.
That was before. You've had time to get things back in order now, and the efficiency of the rot has improved enough that I think your body is ready to start processing something.
Will I need food now?
To regain more of your strength, yes. Obviously, starvation won't be killing you anytime soon.
We're going to be eating people, Ramla. And you? I have not seen you eat.
Who the fuck asked you? I tend to forget to eat most of the time. I just get hyper-focused. I just start something in the morning, and then 6 p.m. rolls around. Breakfast, lunch, who knows?
Every time I open Wikipedia, I lose 5 pounds.
Don't get me started on TV tropes.
But you are not dead.
Right, the I'm not dead trope. Let's read through 30 different examples of anime where that is a thing that barely applies. An astute observation.
Do you have the rot as well?
If I did, why would I bother with you at all, Ramla?
He sighs from somewhere behind you. Behind you, being a direction you have been pointedly deciding not to look since Hermeto found a spot to bathe.
That was unnecessary of me, I know.
Say what you will. A quiet develops for a moment, save for the river. You stare at the water in the hands. It slips through the fingers as they shake. As it all slips away, the fingers reach for the pouch hanging around your neck. They gently cradle it, feeling the soft warmth within. Why do you bother with me?
Sorry.
The eye has the rot mark. You removed the eye from my head. Why take me at all?
Well, a few reasons. The first of which is that it's not my power to wield.
Save me the principled rubbish. You do what is practiced first and foremost, don't you? What is practical?
You're not wrong, but I meant it literally. I cannot choose what the rot does the way you could.
I cannot control it. It just is.
The reason the rot is powerful is because it is yours, and because you are so close to the death it abhors. I would not be able to manufacture that.
And the other reasons?
Because...
Annoyingly, he goes quiet. Normally, the glowing man always has his reasons ready.
You know, this conversation is hard to have when staring at one's back.
You are deflecting.
Then don't let me get away with it, and look at me.
Behold my magnificence. Ever the traitor, the body complies. He's Radagon.
Keep scrolling down, and he's just peeing into the river. There are answers, true answers, that would not be fair of me to give.
What the hell does that mean? Idiots.
What?
He just pulls you around on a string.
I mean what I said. To tell you would be more unfair than if I never had.
You said you would give me the truth. Every secret, you said. I was not aware it came with conditions.
You wouldn't say that if you knew what I mean.
And you know this how? Is what I do now your decision?
You're right. Yes, it is unfair of me either way, isn't it?
You're a fool. Keep your promises, or don't.
If I tell you, will you look at me again?
I'm so lonely. Why do you want that so badly?
I can't reach this one spot on my back. I've had an itch on it for 1,000 years, Ramla. Because... Unsarnit, I need you to see something. I want you to see something. It's stupid.
I don't care. Just tell me the truth.
It's right there on my back. Or, I suppose I should say, the lack of it, rather.
The wings?
Yeah.
The eye blinks and focuses closer on Hermeto's back. It takes some squinting for it not to be such a blur, but it's obvious enough. There was a question lingering in the back of your mind for some time. What seemed off about Hermeto? And there it was. Your wings. They are gone.
It's always interesting to see what people choose to do with like wings and hands. Like, I didn't think anything of this because I was just like, oh, this is the choice where the bird characters just have regular arms. Because it's not particularly common where you see people or make the decision of wings and hands, because they just look like angels if you do that.
Yeah, with bat and bird furries, you have characters that just have arms and that's it, but they're just otherwise look like the creature. You have back wings, and then you also have like their arms instead. They have like they literally have like wings instead of hands, or sometimes they just have like a membrane. They have like they have like a dragon like extension between their torso and their arm.
Yeah,
while having normal-ish arms. Or sometimes you have the big freaky like anthro bat that has like only like 2 or 3 exposed fingers, because the rest are the fingers that are the bat wing, because bats are crazy, and the anthro character just has to live like that, and that's a struggle. So
right, I told you it was stupid. What a crying shame. I lost my wings, and with it, much of my pride. You've lost much more, not to mention what is done by my own hand, and so I hardly expect you to care. That's why it was unfair. I don't want to beg for your sympathy. I have to make my peace with my decisions.
Then why hide it?
Because I don't know you, Ramla. Not really. I don't want to win you over. I don't deserve that.
But you still wanted me to see.
I did. What I know is right and what I want are often very different things. It's sad, isn't it? I wanted you to see. You'd wonder about it, and perhaps if fortune was allowing, you'd ask me about it. I'd be able to tell you my story. You'd understand me better. The edges would soften, and we'd go on to the end that much more as friends. We'd be able to put aside what I did to you because the company was enough. The kind of daydreaming more befitting a schoolboy. The cruel irony is that I'm pretty sure that your vision is severely impaired ever since I removed your eye. Even if you were the type of person to do all those things, you wouldn't notice, and it's because I maimed you.
His words give you pause. The toes wiggle, trying to make the most of the river's current. It's far too late to feel sorry for yourself.
Indeed. What's done is done. Ramla, I would like to ask you something. It refers to something I hear you say every now and then.
You focus on the pop you can make the big toe make when you roll it around on its joint. The pain it produces no more than a curiosity.
Earlier you said the body instead of my body. That was not the first time you've used this language. Sometimes you even mumble it in your sleep, like a mantra. Why do you say this? I want to see someone other than myself for a change.
It is just something that helps.
Is that what they taught you to do as confessors? Or was it for the knighthood?
What? No. The body slips out a sigh. It helps for the pain.
You still experience much pain?
The toe gets tired. I have been in pain since I was a child. It will always be there.
Nothing can treat it?
Only death.
I imagine this is why you became a confessor.
It was.
Stopping point, or we're gonna keep going?
You want to take a break here?
Yeah, probably.
Yep. It's getting
It's
a little
about that
late for
time.
now. Yep.
Yeah.
We started a little late because I fucked up. Yeah,
A little bit.
What do you think of this one so far? It's interesting.
I mean, I really like it. Obviously, the writing quality is very, very, very good. It's basically doing what I want people to be doing with their writing all the time, very consistently. So I am very, very happy with that. Visuals are cool. Programming, like the presentation of all this stuff, is super cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying pretty much like everything that we're seeing so far. The only thing that I could say is that I get a lot of vibes of like Dark Souls and like stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It does it feels a little bit like that to me, but maybe I'm reading into it too much. What do you think?
Things that can't die are definitely like a thing that like just exists a lot in stories.
Yeah.
Like before Dark Souls ever came around, we already had Planescape Torment, obviously, which is about
I
a guy
know,
who keeps
yeah.
dying and coming back and being a different person each time. I appreciate details like how we were to figure out the pain issue long before it was introduced, basically.
Yeah.
Like
It's like a chronic pain condition.
Like we were to figure out what the pain meant before the... Obviously now it's being explained, but the previous Mama scene already spelled it out too, more or less. Just less directly. So it was more or less clear what was going on, but we were on it like way before that, and that's always a decent sign about how things are going.
Yeah.
Very introspective, small story with like a couple of characters, but it's like the tone is wild. It's a cool place
Tone
to
is
just
crazy.
stay in.
Yeah, and I love when people work with a really limited cast like this. It makes it so much more fun to get into the characters because you just spend all that much more time with them. So yeah, I mean, I'm really loving this pretty much through and through. Like,
Yep.
really, it's just great.
If you're watching this, you
Great
can check this
job.
game out on itch.io to read ahead if you want to and check out the project itself, and also follow the creator for any other projects that they happen to have going.
Yeah.
But we're gonna
We
stop
are gonna
for
finish this,
today
right?
here. Yeah.
Okay.
Just doing
But
like
yeah,
an outro
definitely check out
and
itch.io. I've
promoting
talked to
the
the
game a
people
bit,
behind this a little
basically.
bit. They're very cool. Yeah, support this project. It's very, very cool.
And never complain again that all furry visual novels are the same thing.
Well, no. Keep doing that complaint, because then it'll prove people will be like, oh yeah, I'll prove you otherwise, and then we get good furry visual novels.
Yeah. No one would ever then respond to that by making a sad game jam game about death. That never happens. But before you depart, be sure to check out my Patreon. And see you guys later.
Bye.